Hello, John Kielec here, and it is Sunday, evening, November 11th, and today is Remembrance Day, in Canada. But anyways, besides all of that, what's going out there, I'm going to demonstrate the basics, how I spot my trades for upcoming week. Okay, and this is just a basic method that I use, but it gives me very profitable trades, and some of these trades turn into like $1,000, $2,000, or even $3,000 trades in 1 week. They do happen. I wish they would happen more often, but they do happen, and you're going to hear how I do that, how I prepare myself. So basically what you're looking here is New York time, London, and Tokyo. So starting Sunday evening, USA Eastern time, this is like New York time, I look all the possible currencies, basically forex currencies and crypto currencies. Mostly I trade forex currency at this time that have good past 50% retracement record. And you're going to hear and view what I mean by that. Once I have selected these currencies, I wait for the Monday morning, the 3 a.m. London, England. This is where the European and Asian trading markets open, or some traders call that the London daybreak. Then, next step, once I have these currencies, very early Monday morning, I examine the markets again to see what is happening, view the market trends indicators, market watch, and also other traders' opinions. When everything looks good, and according to my method, then I enter the trade to buy, go long, or sell, go short. So let's go what I just told you. So right now, I like a few markets, but we're going to start out with British pound. I like there are 6 British pounds currencies that go against other currencies, and I like all 6 of them, and that's where most of my time is spent, because I am kind of used to the markets. And 3 o'clock in the morning, London daybreak, it tells me a lot. So let's look at the first one. It's British pound against the USD. I'm just going to enlarge this screen so you can see more. Okay, and remember I was saying the fifth, I'm going to take the pivot points out to make this more clear. Okay, overall, this is 1 hour chart, but I go and I look at like a 1 day chart to find the current trend. Okay, so the major trend is downtrend. All right, so we know that is a major trend. So then I go to 1 hour chart. All right, and I look for good possible 50% retracement. So 50% retracements, what I call this, we'll measure this is the highest high and the lowest low. Okay, so we have highest low and highest high, and this is, you can see in here, 555 pips. Okay, so 250 would be like a 50%. Okay, so 50% of that, you just basically take it in the half. Say for 254, okay, anywhere it's around here. So once the market has hit the lowest low, okay, the market starts going up and down, but it's producing higher highs each time. You can, when I enlarge it, all right, it's higher highs. See the higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. There's no lower lows, but so that is the market is trending up. So if I took 50% of this last major move and divide that in half, 50%, I can expect from here, you can see that market was in like a channel type of thing. Then it broke out and started going upwards. So this would told me it's time the market has changed. It reached its lowest and it's beginning to go up. So in this case, well, 50%, I can expect somewhere over here for the, to end, or at least a target. So, and what happened? This market went way above the 50%. But even if I would be having the 50%, okay, what would be that worth? Okay, so the 50% would be over here. That'd be 305 pips. $10 pip, that's a $3,000 trade. All right, so what happens next? Well, this was the next trend, and eventually you can see the market is downtrending, so it never reached that high, the previous high. Well, the previous high was over here. All right, that was the previous high, and the one before was that. So once again, the market reached its top, and it weakened, and it started coming down. So once again, this gave us another major move. Once again, I go with that major move. I take about 50%, and we're gonna measure this again. So I just take measure, and let's measure this. This is 475, so it's around 435, 230 or whatever. So then this is a 50% over here. All right. So the market weakened, so it means the market starts going down. Now, what's going to happen? In this case, and I'm just going to enlarge this so you can see the market went from up, went down, reached a low, went up again, but didn't break above the high, previous high. It went down again, went kind of sideways, and went up, but it once again didn't hit the previous high. So now the markets are going up and down, but every time it's reaching lower lows and lower highs. So that means the market is trading down. So anyways, what happens in this case? So, I'm not taking this trade, but now this is the 50% tracement. What should I do over here? Well, this is the market either, since I know it's downtrending, so because overall the market is downtrending, when it goes up a bit, and what I predict in this case, and now I can draw this out. All right, it might go something like this. It might go up, it might go down, it might go up, it might go down. Okay, let me move this thing. Okay, so this is kind of my prediction, and in such case, it might reach this, which I believe it will continue go down here, or might go up like this, and might go down here. But anyways, this market is a 50%, so there's still some life left for the market to trend down. If it bounces and goes the other way, if it starts, let me just get another color in here, okay. If it starts going from here, keeps going down, but it starts going like this, okay, so it might reach this, might not, but if it reaches or doesn't, but if once the higher highs are developing and lower, the lows are higher each time, well, the market has weakened and the trend is beginning to go upwards. At this time, I would not take this trade. I would rather go up here and go for the markets down because it's reaching 50%, so it's unknown. But anyways, so this is one of the markets watch. Another one, it's British pound against Australian dollar. So let's go in here and take a look what's happening in here. All right, so this one, overall, I'm just going to take the pivot points to make it more visible. overall, the market is a downtrend. It's a very strong downtrend. So what could happen in here? Okay, since we're in the downtrend, well, let's take the 50% retracement. All right, the 50% retracement. Let me draw this. Okay, so this would be like this. I want it black. Let's delete this. Just give me a second here. And we're gonna stick with black. Okay, so hand drawing. Okay, so we're gonna go like that. Then the market went up, then it went way down, went up, way down, way up, and that's where it is right now. So, do we have a 50% retracement in here anywhere? Well, let's take the 50% retracement, and I'll mark this in red. Okay, and we're gonna do it smaller. So let's take this retracement like this. Okay, and this, see, there's the lowest low. The lowest low, I'm gonna get the cross here. See, their lowest low is way down here. So this market is still got a great potential, and it's reaching. This is another support. There's another support. See, this support was hit. So this support was hit over here. Okay, this was like a top. All right. So this support was hit, but now, since the market, it's up and down and it's downtrending, I'm going to see what happens in this trade in Monday morning over here. Because once again, the 50% retracement, okay, let me get this trend line. Okay, this 50% retracement, I would take it somewhere in between here, so it would be like, this would be, oops, I just moved the wrong markets. Sometimes drawing these things. Let's go to the, to that trend line, okay, and we're gonna go over here. So the 50% retracement would be somewhere over here. All right, and we'll put this as 50% tracement. All right, so I have my map. It's pretty well, the market, it is going to break below here, below those lower lows, and it looks like it's probably going to do, and I'm going to wait till it bounces, because it's got to go up and it go down. It keeps bounces, but as low as lower lows are beginning to keep on going like that, and the highs are, each high is lower, so the market will be trending still down. But that's another trade that it looks pretty good. If it's going to break below this support line, then it might start bouncing off. And if I got a couple higher highs, then I'll go for the market up. So that is the strategy. And you know, we have many markets like this. I got that I'm watching. All right, I just gonna see there's another 50% retracement. It's same thing over here. What I'm looking in here, I also put pivot points into here, and you can see the market is going like this. This is a little channel over here, but once again, it's a downtrend, and so the market right now, this is a 50% retracement. So it looks like the market is going to continue down because it's got the highs are lower each time and lows are lower each time, as you can see in here. So the market, Monday morning, it might look like something like this. It might go a bit like this and just keep going. Oops, and just keep going that way. So that's what I'm predicting, but and then it'll go like this, and it'll go like this, and it'll go. When it hits 50%, well, I'm going to be trading the stops, looking at the markets. But that's what it looks like for this trade. That was British pound against Japanese yen. British pound against Canadian dollar. Let's enlarge this, and it's the same thing. I already did some search, 50%. And every time you look at these 50%, what happened with the major markets? Look at the 50%. This is the weekend. They hit the bottom, went to the highest. It reached 50%. Once higher highs, higher highs are each time, lower lows. The lows were higher each time as that. So basically, this resistance was higher each time and support was higher each time. So that's an uptrend. And once again, there you go. There's a couple hundred pips that could have been in 1 week, a couple $1,000 just for that trade. Now in here, what we can expect, we take 50% because it's downtrending. This was over here when low high, but all of a sudden we have a big market to go down. So is it going to go down towards that 50% retracement, especially in this big spike downward market? I think it will. So once again, this is another trade that I'm watching. We have many. Like I say, we have 6 British pound, and same thing in here. All right, major trend is down. We start over here, 50% retracement. That was reached over here. There's a market like in a little channel. Then all of a sudden drop down. What's happening in here? Up and down, up and down, up and down. Oops. Okay, up and down. Up and down. Where it's going to end up, and you can see it's going down. So it's going to keep on going down till it reaches, this is a support that it's going to, that I have over here. Okay, where's that support? Okay, gotta make it smaller. Okay, there's that major support. And the 50%, oh. Play with the mouse, the chart is so sensitive. But anyways, once it reaches that support over here, I just keep screwing up with the markets. Okay, this one belongs here. All right, so we have some trade to be left over here, and we'll see what happens early Monday morning. So there's another watch. This one is British pound against Swiss franc. And here we look at it again. This is a trend up. What's happening? Look at the 50% retracement. The market weekend over here, it started going up. Did it go 50%? Yes, it did. We took another 50% of this low and this high. Did it go down? Because lower lows and highs were lower each time. It traced 50%. It weakened over here. We took 50% of that, went up. It did go way above. It actually reached a new high. So what's happening right now? We're going to take 50% of this, of the lowest low and highest high, and see what happens. What I think, you can see the market is coming down. Okay, is it going to reach that 50%? I think it's going to go way below that yet. But once again, I don't trade till early Monday morning. I wait for that London daybreak. We're also looking at Euro USD, and in here we have these two are actually long-term potential. It's a strong downtrend. The market, there was a little channel in here. The same thing. It reached the resistance, then it came down, but it was in a channel over here. Then it broke. There was 50. If we take the 50% of the bounce, but this depends. If the market is going to break above that yellow, or is going to break above the major support. If it's going to break above major support, it's going to keep going down. If it's going to break above here, well, this tells me that the market has weakened, and it's going to, or the market, the downtrend has ended and starts going to go up. So I expect 50% to get up there. All right, another market we have that we watch is Euro and Australian dollar, and it's same thing over here. We have strong downtrend. This one is like a 50% retracement. It's in like a sideways or channel. So if it's gonna break above this, well, this is a major trend. So it might go up a bit to develop a new high, but not the high of the highest, and we'll see what happens with this market. So these are kind of long-term, but major, if you got in somewhere over here and just ride the market, that's a lot of bucks, a lot of money into these trades. So, that's all I want to tell you. This is how I spot my trades for upcoming week. A little bit of research, then I just wait when the markets open early Monday morning, because Monday morning in London time, actually, it changes lots. And, Tokyo opens up at the same time. So I just hope you enjoyed that presentation. And that is just one of my basic methods, how I trade, how I do my upcoming week trend. Okay, until next time. Thank you for watching.